In this video, I'll be showing you guys how I built my Radiator Springs diorama, featuring the Precision Series sets from Mattel. So there won't be any dirt around the buildings or a coherent sort of piece of road connecting everything, since I don't have that. Maybe one day, but for now, this is just the Precision Series sets, basically all lined up along with some custom 3D printed ones. So let's get started. First showcased at D23 2015, the line unfortunately only ran for a few years due to poor sales and distribution. In the United States, Toys R Us, Amazon, and some Target stores carried these playsets. I never saw them personally at Target, but that's what some people claim. Toys R Us and Amazon also carried the single assortment, along with grocery stores like H-E-B, carrying more like the deluxes like Red and Mac in 2017. Discount stores like Ross and Tuesday Morning later received sets like Sarge's Surplus Hut and the Cozy Comb Motel. The line was axed in like February 2019, but then they did like a crowdfund for Doc's Medical Clinic in like April of that same year as a last resort. It required at least 4,000 orders, and it quietly just fizzled out after it not reaching its goal on the Mattel website. There were talks about a revival later that year under a different style, but it just never came to be. There was a bunch of singles that came out, some exclusives like the Dirt Track Fabulous Hudson Hornet, and even an exclusive Fabulous McQueen that was exclusive to Kmart, but a lot of stuff was canceled in this line, like a Rusty's Lightning McQueen from Cars 3, the Rusty's Racing Center Rap McQueen, Cruz Ramirez, Intro Ramon, which is this blue sort of look he had at the beginning of Cars 3, and Lizzie as a single that would have had a wobbling feature. So this is how I have my sets stored. This is kind of like a Christmas display right now, but usually this is how I have all the sets in place for the majority. I have Luigi's and Mater's in there, Ramones, Lizzie's, Flo's, Sarge, and Fillmore's up over here. It's the perfect sized shelf. This is a shelf from Walmart that I got years ago. I'm talking maybe like 6-7 years ago. And it fits literally all of the sets perfectly. Like literally from length and everything. Look at that. Height. They're perfect. They do the job. They get it done. And the rest of the sets are unfortunately in the closet, not on such a good display. Well, I have this sort of like dresser here. And I have the 3 canceled precision sets from Matty Cars 95. These are all 3D printed. If you'd like to get your own, message him on Instagram. I believe he's still selling some of these, but I think they are limited run. So these are the abandoned buildings from Cars 1. I will put batteries and everything once we get them displayed, but they look good here. I might have to decorate this a little bit better so I can maybe display some cars here. But yeah, this is inside of the closet. And then down over here, I have the courthouse. And then down there, I have Doc's Medical Clinic. Forgot to show the cozy cones, but I have them on top of this storage box. And you're probably wondering and asking yourself, where do you get all of these sets nowadays if they're discontinued? eBay. Looking at paying maybe over $2,000 just for Flo's V8 Cafe. I'm not sure what the other ones are evaluated at nowadays. I think this might be $300, $400, $500 for Ramones. So yeah, you're going to be paying a hefty price for these premium adult collector sets. They were marketed as adult collector sets at the beginning, and they still are kind of considered that. And they were a lot cheaper back then, because I remember Flo's was only about $100 some at Toys R Us. Inflation. You're going to be paying more than $2,000 for the cafe. It's not the best set out of all of them. I definitely think there's a better one here. I would say maybe Ramones or even Luigi's, but I think it's the fact that those lights are so accurate to the movie that just makes it so desirable, and it's just such an iconic location from the first movie, or just the franchise in general. And they do have all of these displayed, at least the prototype versions, if I'm not mistaken, at Carsland, at Sarge's Surplus Hut inside of the store. So if you want to go see everything together, a bit more professionally than me, you can go see them at Carsland in Disney California Adventure. So I'm going to start pulling these sets out, and we're going to get to displaying. So I will be using my living room to build this layout. I think I'm going to be going down this way. I'm going to do a time lapse, and there's different modes. We're going to be showcasing the world of Radiator Springs. Stock standard Precision Series. I think I might go for a Christmas look as well. Of course, a nighttime look, and of course, a Christmas nighttime look. So let's get to it. We're going to start off with the stock standard version of Radiator springs. Now, what do I mean by this? This is basically if you were to purchase all of the sets and pretend the courthouse, the abandoned buildings, and docks never got canceled, and you had all of the singles included with the sets with the exception of McQueen, because I don't think McQueen would belong to any building. They would have maybe included him with the racing museum. Matty Cars 95 hasn't made the racing museum yet, but I would assume it would go maybe right there. But maybe they would have included a McQueen single in that set. Who knows? But I know maybe Sheriff or Red would have gone with the courthouse, or maybe not. But everyone else is from the sets. Of course, Doc isn't because that building never came to be. But just pretend this is the cars you have at the end of the day after purchasing every building. And of course, you'll have accessories to decorate the town. So let's get to building a stock standard version of Radiator Springs. There is the stock standard entire Radiator Springs town. It's insane. This is the first time I ever build all of it together, and it takes up pretty much the entire living room. I don't have a huge living room, but this just shows you how it almost reaches that door over there and how it reaches the window towards the outside there as well. It is absolutely insane. I decorated some stuff here and there. I made like a little dining area there for Cars. I put the phone from Cars 3. It's not accurate, actually. I don't think that phone existed during the first movie. Anywho, just ignore that. I put all the other little cars there like Doc, Sally, Sarge, Fillmore. I put other little things like that little trailer that the Radiator Springs Walmart exclusive series sold back in the day in like 2016. I think there was one for Red also. Yeah, I parked it right over there. That's from one of the Red 2-pack deluxes. I don't even remember what those were called. It was the road trip series. Yeah. What else? Oh, I got that other sort of tow hitch accessory for Sarge, but this is from the deluxe from 2018. So yeah, just a couple things sprinkled here and there. It's kind of hard not to be shaky on camera because, I mean, I'm literally hoisting myself off of the ground to kind of get a good look at everything. I'm, laying on the floor trying to get a good shot of everything. Poor Mater's all the way over there. Poor guy. But he's the first face you see when you come in. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's Luigi and Guido down there as well. Lizzie's there. I put some oil cans there at Flo's. All in all, another inaccuracy. I don't know why I put that. But everything else looks pretty good in my opinion. I like how it turned out. Looks phenomenal. All the road pieces line up. Everything. Until you get to the frickin' cones, dude. I don't understand why. How do you fumble this? But literally every other road from here on to the back lines up perfectly. I mean, look at that. Isn't that satisfying? That's pretty satisfying to look at. And then you get here to the cones and it just goes to crap right here. Like why? Who designed this road piece for the cones? Another nitpick. The stoplight. There's no way you can get this to work if you want the buildings all nice and aligned. So there's two little pegs here. There's one right here, and there's another one right here in this little like fuse box. Let me see if you can see. Yeah, you can see the little hole there. You can't do that. If you try poking it in there, that starts moving around. That light post there starts rocking about and everything. So the only real solution you have is just laying it right there in between these silver little studs here. And that's pretty much it. Oh, but did I mention that even if you do that, the stoplight isn't even aligned with the freaking middle of the road? That it just looks stupid. It aligns here. It doesn't look bad there. That looks good. But front and back, what a crooked stoplight. Who designed this? So here is Radiator Springs during Christmas time. I'm going to start here at the front with this sign that was custom made that I purchased. It does light up. I have a little snowman car thing. You can find that at Carsland during Christmas time. That is from the Cars Mini Racer Advent Calendar. This is for the people who know. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you're too young. But I have those guys there because they play a crucial part in the Cars story, at least during Christmas time, in a specific piece of media. You got a bunch of Christmas cars like Doc, Sarge, Fillmore, Clutch Kringle, Sally, a random tractor. I use these like little decorations that you can find at Walmart to decorate the place. So those are like lampposts. Of course, Flo has a Christmas tree. Underneath she has gas cans. McQueen is there. They didn't make a Christmas Flo, unfortunately, so I'm just using the Disney 100 Flo. I feel like that's Christmassy enough. You got Ramon over there in the blue paint job. I know there's a green and red one, but I'm just going to use that one for now. And of course, this grandstand right here from Get Me Collectibles for the reindeer, the Santa car, and for Mater. Unfortunately, the part that holds Mater up did break on me. I don't have a replacement part yet, so he's just going to have to sit there for now. But I really love how that looks at the center of the street with Santa and the reindeer. Luigi and Guido, those are the Vietnam variants with the blue present, not the Chinese variants. And then all the way towards the courthouse, I feel like this is where they would go the most all out. You have Green Sheriff. I just used a normal red Precision Series single. They have a Christmas tree, a big clock behind Stanley, some fences with tinsel and bows, of course their own Christmas tree with presents, and a Rusty's can, or no, not a Rusty's can, a 95 can. There you go. And those accessories, the little red presents and the can, are all from the Cars Mini Racers Advent Calendar as well. So I think now it's time that we light the place up and show it during nighttime. So basically, to light up the town, the box right here for the courthouse is right there. So if you just flick that switch, it turns on those right there. Battery pack for the abandoned buildings is back here. Same for this one back here. There's separate buildings, so only makes sense that they're separate. And everything else, you already know how it goes. Flick that, and 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 that. And there you go. The entire town of Radiator Springs during nighttime. Doesn't that look so cool? Yeah, it looks really pretty, doesn't it? Oh, the sign. There we go. There we go. That sells the look. Unfortunately, Doc's doesn't light up, but I mean, hey, it's a 3D printed set. I don't blame Maddie. You know, you can't really fit a lot of lights in there. I could maybe put a singular light in there, but it would have been cool if this lit up. Oh well, if only Mattel made it happen. But that is the entire town of Radiator Springs lit up. And let me know what you think. This is a video that was long overdue. I know a lot of people have been asking for it. And whenever people would ask, I would just brush it off, put it to the side and tell them, I'm not making it, I'm not making it. And they would always ask why. And it was only because I didn't have the racing museum. But let's be real, it barely even shows up in the main franchise. The main franchise is about this, up until Mater's at least. And that's everything here. So let me know what you thought of this layout video. Hopefully it lived up to your expectations. And that's pretty much it for this video. Now to put everything away is gonna be quite the hassle. Oh boy. Anyways, Piston Cup Productions signing out. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays and Happy New Year.